Okay, what I see in the past is we started Open Door and we didn't have a building. And it just seemed like it was going to be impossible to get our own building. Finally, we found a building, and then we needed a lot of money for renovation, and that came in. And then the sanctuary project came along, and that seemed like it was unreachable and untouchable. But we did get the sanctuary built, and we did get the basement finished, and then we went on to remodeling. And the Lord just used many different steps, and I was treasurer at the time, and just the miracles going on by where the money came from and how the Lord used different people that you wouldn't even think would be used in some areas, and sometimes complete strangers donated some money, so it was just really a real blessing to see God's miracles at work.
Well, we had a similar challenge at the last church we were at, where we were trying to raise funds that was multiple times our annual budget. And so at the very beginning it was very difficult to get everyone on board and not feel overwhelmed about that. But as we progressed through the challenge, it really turned into a spiritual lesson about expecting big things out of God and knowing that it's not something that could come from us, but something that God could make happen through us.
And we have a very big God, and it's just amazing what God can do and what we have seen God do here at Open Door.
Absolutely. We learned that through obedience and faith in God, that you can do things that on paper or in your mental capacity are not possible to do. And once you know that you're stepping out in faith and in obedience, seeing God bridge the gap between your human capabilities and what He wants to do.
When we went through this before, the amount of money we pledged, there was no way that we could afford to give that amount or even have that amount extra, but He did provide it through our faithfulness. And I think that people are going to have some amazing stories that come out of this journey that we're about to go on.
When God is at work, He often is accomplishing more than meets the eye. I'm excited about what God will do in providing the Discipleship Center, but I'm thinking also of things that He will do spiritually beyond the building itself. First of all, unity. This is a project that everybody can get involved in. This isn't just something happening over there, but we all can do this together. I'm sensing that coming together. Number two, faith. I'm excited for the individual faith stories that will come from this. As families and couples think about, pray about, and stretch their faith to be involved, it can affect many areas of their life. And finally, praise. Our real purpose is to glorify God. I can see how we will be praising God as this project begins, and then someday as we gather together and say, praise God for what He has accomplished.
I think it'll be cool to have a church all on the same page, because we're all going to be focused on multiplying, and that's kind of the purpose of the campaign. And that's when you have a whole church that's doing it, you're not coming here just to do church, you're coming here with a purpose. So I think that'll be exciting over the next couple months, years.
It definitely caused greater unity in the church, where everybody was working towards the same common goal, and again, relationship building. It was definitely a strong time where we were all spiritually learning how finances are a great part of your spiritual life. And before that time, I didn't really realize how much finances was a spiritual issue.
I think this should bring us together as a church family, closer than we already are, and be supportive of one another. I think in our society it's very easy to, we're so busy here, we're so busy there, we don't really maybe connect and make those relationships, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity among our church to do that as well.
I think it will just really show the trust we have in God, and that this project isn't too big for God. I mean, this isn't too big for our church. That just to show that it's going to take a lot of maybe sacrifices individual families, and as a church, we're going to really put our first fruits forward and say, God, this is yours, and see what God does with it. So it's the journey for me. I think it's going to be exciting, and we're going to learn a lot from it.